New Jersey Transit under investigation by the United States Department of Labor for widespread abuse of the Family Medical Leave Act. This abuse, according to the investigation, led to cancellations, delays, high costs of overtime, and safety concerns because repairs were delayed. Basically, what was happening is that they were using the family medical leave time as spur-of-the-moment vacation days. Now, according to a 2-week study during the summer, more than half of the delays were due to crew shortages. I'm joined now by John McKeon, who is a member of the New Jersey legislature. He is actually the head of the Judiciary Committee and was appointed after the Hoboken derailment to head up an oversight committee. John, welcome to Chasing News.
Thank you for having me very much.
So let me ask you, John, let's start right off the bat. I mean, you're heading up this oversight committee. You're the head of an important committee in the legislature. How much blame and how much responsibility do you take as a member of New Jersey's government as this thing has been out of control seemingly for years?
Well, I mean, you know, again, it's not about the blame game, but if you want to start, it begins and ends with Governor Christie. What occurred was, instead of being 6 months away from a third tunnel, we're at least another dozen years away from what will be the gateway.
What can we expect from this federal investigation? How bad has it become? I mean, is this just scratching the surface?
It's become a dumping ground for patronage, and many of the senior executives are people that didn't have railroad experience and, you know, came into transit as a comfortable place to hide, so to speak. So we've got to tear this whole thing down and build it back up again as to what it used to be back in the late 90s as one of the premier transit systems in the country.
Well, it's certainly not there now. Long way to go, and we're a long way from that. All right, John, thank you for joining me on Chasing News. All right, let's bring this back to our panel. Matt Rooney, thank you for being here. Top 100 New Jersey media figures. Well done. Good to have you back.
Thanks, Bill.
Wayne Smith, former mayor of Irvington. Always happy to have you here.
My
and
pleasure.
Janice Kovach, you are the current mayor of Clinton, New Jersey. So let me, Wayne, let me start with you. You heard what the Assemblyman had to say. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of anger and disgust going on in the legislature looking at this quote-unquote out-of-control agency. But do you think it's fair that I've put a little bit of this burden on these guys that have been investigating this since April?
So I point to the New Jersey Transit Board. It's a board of directors that really controls the place, and the DOT commissioner by law is the chairman of the board. What are they doing? This is one of Christie's cabinet members, vested with the power to help organize transportation issues in our state. A whole board of directors appointed by the governor, I guess approved by the legislature. What are they doing?
Janice, you are a mayor. I imagine in the town of Clinton, the buck stops with you. Where does the buck stop here? It's one endless blame game after another. This one points to that one. Let's blame Amtrak. Let's blame the governor. Who's in charge and who's at fault?
Ultimately, the governor's in charge. You know, everything falls at his feet, whether it's who he's appointed or his ability to maintain control of New Jersey Transit. It's frustrating from my perspective because I get that phone call when something goes wrong. It's going to be, I'm the first one. Whether I had anything to do with it or not, I'm expected to fix it.
Got to leave it there. Always good to see you. Thank you, Janice.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it, Wayne. Thank you, Matt. Great to have you guys on the show. So, you know what? There are a ton of jobs opening up in the outer boroughs in New York City. But if you live in North Jersey, how are you going to get there? We've got the story. Ashley Johnson, what do you got for us?
We've covered the summer of commuter chaos throughout the New York City area, and one North Jersey mayor offered to write letters for people to be able to work from home because of upgrades to NJ Transit causing for long commutes. While many are fed up, Jim Venturi, the founder of a consulting company, ReThink NYC, came up with a proposal, and it's a pretty good one.
One of the ideas here is that Amtrak's building 2 new tunnels. There are presently 2 tunnels from New Jersey to Manhattan, and those tunnels were damaged during Sandy, and they need 2 more tunnels to be able to refurbish the existing tunnels.
As it stands right now, if you're trying to get from Little Falls, New Jersey to Queens, New York on public transportation, good luck. It could take you a while. Venturi says that Amtrak, MTA, and NJ Transit need to communicate as one regional transportation system. He says instead of projects like Penn Station South expanding Penn Station, there really just needs to be 2 more tunnels from New Jersey into Penn Station that could get someone into Queens.
This would allow symmetrical flow of train traffic from Penn Station, where trains don't have to end there and at the end of the line and come back out. They would be able to run through. By doing so, we'd be able to create a unified transportation network for the entire region.
Venturi says his plan is in line with the budget for upcoming projects for Amtrak, and he's already been in touch with officials. Ashley Johnson with Chasing News.